I'm delighted to be joined by Monaleen hurler Andrew La Touche Cosgrave ahead of the AIB GAA All-Ireland Hurling Intermediate Club Championship Final, which takes place this Saturday, January 14th at Croke Park at 7 p.m. The AIB GAA All-Ireland Club Championships features some of the hashtag toughest players from the communities across Ireland. It is these very communities that the players represent that make the AIB GAA All-Ireland Club Championships unique. Now in its 32nd year supporting the GAA Club Championships, AIB is extremely proud to once again celebrate communities that play such a role in sustaining our national games. Andrew, I suppose it says it all there, preparing for an All Ireland final. Special times for you in the club.
Yeah, massive, massive. Never thought we'd see the day, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you say never thought you'd see the day. Personally, for yourself, I suppose you probably didn't think you'd be tugging out in Croke Park this year just with injuries and things.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think any of us would have thought that. But yeah, I know myself. Again, such good background team and physios and all the above to help me play ball today. Like, but yeah, no, I didn't think we'd been Grove Park, and yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, and I suppose it's probably easier to do all that rehab when you're going well. And I suppose from the start of the year, there did seem to be something different about Monaleen.
Yeah, look, he's saying it to everyone you know best. Like the Premier to me is just like finishing first could lose to last place in the morning. Like it's just such a tough division. And yeah, I suppose it's a good way of putting it. Like, seeing the boys going well did make the rehab a bit easier because, as you probably saw yourself, there was just I can't even put the finger on it now, but there was just something brewing.
Is it down to those young players coming through? Because you do have a lot of young players that really made their mark
Yeah.
straight away.
Oh, 100%, 100%. The young players, I don't think we even realize yet how important they are. Like, again, as I said to everyone, like, we don't know when this will actually hit home until we're all done and dusted. And we're sitting down having a pint in 2, 3 weeks' time, and we'll be like, yeah, well, what? That's what it was. We actually don't know what it is yet.
Yeah, I suppose he kind of came through in 2016. There was a group of you like yourself and Ed and Larkin and Jamie and them. Do you see similarities between that group and the group that's coming now?
Definitely. Like, they were in the under 17s county final and they were robbed. And the under 19s, there was just a few, like, they could have won it as easy if they lost it. You know what I mean? So definitely a savage crop of young fellas there.
And how has your role changed in that regard, just to try and kind of show them the way in some aspects? Obviously, not in a hurling sense, but just dealing with big games like that.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, first of all, you probably heard Owen saying it before. They're also intelligent and level-headed. Anyway, there's no one who stepped out of line in any regard of whatever they've done. Like, so, there hasn't been a whole lot of talking. And they're such a mature bunch of young lads, and it's brilliant. The Like myself, Age, Jamie, vice captain Larkin. You know, there's not we haven't had to do anything, like, everyone's just been singing off the same hymn sheet, like.
And was it a bonus, I suppose, for those lads? Obviously, no one wants to get relegated, but that you were in Premier Intermediate, even though it is very difficult that they weren't coming straight into senior, that they got a few wins in their belt and confidence built.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I agree with that.
Because obviously, it is more difficult in senior, but it gave me a year at that grade, and you'll be looking forward to senior. Obviously, there's a big game ahead of you this Saturday, but how important is it for a club like Monaleen that you're going to be senior this year in 2023?
Oh, it's massive. Like, at the start of the year, we set out to just have a structure, build a plan, get something going. As I said, we're in bonus territory, and regarding the boys, like, there's no doubt the young lads will be well able for the hurling next year as they are this year, and it's about a kind of preparation. Like, I know personally, anyway, break is all I wanted to make, but like, we're looking forward to next year already. Like, just to play them other teams in the senior B, and just showcase your skills even more.
Yeah, I suppose it's different. Whereas the last few years you're kind of struggling in senior, that this year you're actually looking forward to the hurling, and you're confident in yourselves.
Exactly. Like, even I was saying it to one of the interviews there a while ago. Even the last 2 years, like, just COVID ruined everything. You've 2 games, and, like, I think it was 3 games we went down last year. Like, and that has a lot to play for. Whereas you can get a rhythm if you play bad in one game and get a draw or something, and lose it. Like, you get a rhythm after 2 or 3 games. And thankfully, as you said, we'll look forward to next year. We still have we have lads there that are gonna. I think there's 10 or 11 more 10 or 11 more young lads to come into the panel next year. You know, that's massive. That's a massive amount on top of what we have there. So it's great. It's absolutely brilliant. And even our junior team now, we're going to look forward to getting that right next year as well. That'll be our main focus. I say is get the junior team right next year.
Yeah, very exciting times in the club. I suppose the Permanent Media campaign, was there any turning point for you where you thought, yeah, this could be our year?
I don't even know, to be honest. Like again, as I say, you have to sit down after it's all over and leave it brew for a while to pick out the triggers of the year. What when you knew it was going to be our year. Like hopefully come away with the big trophy now on Saturday, and we can just sit down and talk about what it was in Limerick that we do with what it was in Munster that we thought we could do. Do you know what I mean? It's just all a roller coaster. It's all a dream at the minute, you know.
Yeah, I suppose you've come through a lot of tough games so far, and All Ireland final will generally be tough and close. But you must take a lot of confidence, I suppose, how you got over Bray and how got over, Bruff and Doer Bearfield.
Oh, 100%. Like we go out, we set targets to hit every game, and if we hit them targets, I don't think there's anyone in front of us would stand a chance, to be honest with you. But it's about hitting them targets. There's no expecting more out of one player. It's all of us to hit the targets. It doesn't matter who scores. It doesn't matter who gets in the tackles. It's just as long as we all sing off the same hymn sheet, we should be okay. Like, and that's what it is. Like, you know, each game we set targets to. We look at ourselves. We try go after our process, and that's what it's all about. Like, if we hit our goals and we stick to the process, we'd be fairly confident.
Yeah, you talk about, hitting your own goals, but at the end, you are playing, a formidable Tooreen side that, have been knocking at the door, and it'll be, big for either club. It'll be the first Limerick win or first Mayo win, but you're under no illusions of what's coming ahead on Saturday.
No, of course not. Sure, Tooreen, they're the county senior champions in Mayo. You know, that says for something. And they have about 15 lads in the Mayo senior set up hurling, and more if they wanted to, I could say. But like, just because Mayo aren't in the Liam McCarthy, that doesn't mean they're not doing the same training as Limerick hurlers would do. Do you know, they're still getting hurling and have a lot of hurling in them. So we know we're facing a massive battle ahead.
Yeah, when you talk about, the setup and things there, it seems very professional. What impact has Owen Breslan had on the team since he came in?
Oh, huge, huge. Just the way he talks individually in a group, you know, it's just everything is straight to the point. Trevor Trent was so positive, Dermot so positive, Paul Tracy, even all the lads he brought in, like it's just again, I just can't put my finger on it just yet, but it's just like it clicked, and there was just an instant rapport with the lads and the management, and he the changes I've seen in players from Owen and the management and the trainers now is just it's savage, like.
And it seems to be part of a bigger picture for yourself included, and Owen, that you're talking much on a junior team and the underage setup, that there does seem to be buzz about around Monaleen hurling in general.
Oh, 100%. Look, that's what we want. You know, we do it for the club, the parish, as the saying goes. You know, so we just want, again, as I said, a junior getting that right, because it comes from a junior. Like the first team is only getting better each time because of the junior lads pushing, and that's where it comes from. So even the underage that we have, and the junior and the hurlers and the breeds that are there, definitely 100% comes from underage and the junior as to why we would proceed to win at the top, like.
Yeah, and for yourself, you've obviously played in Crow Park with Limerick, but how will it feel for you to tug out in Crow Park with a Monaleen jersey on you?
That's going to be great. I can't wait for it now, to be honest with you. It's surreal, as I say. Look, it's great, absolutely more than great winning or playing with the county in Crow Park, but there's just something special about playing with your club in Crow Park, you know. But again, look, I said in an interview there a while ago, I heard David Clifford saying that's all undone if you don't win the match, you know. So at the end of the day, as good as and the great accolade is to play in Crow Park with your club, like, it can be a daunting place if you don't win, and you might look at the place the same if you don't win. So as good as it is playing up there, we know that we have a job to do. Like, you still have 4 white lines and 2 goalposts, like, at the end of the day, and we're going out to to showcase our skills and hopefully get the result.
And finally, what's the difference, I suppose, when preparing for an All Ireland final with your county as opposed to your club? And is there any learnings you've taken from 18 that you can, tell the lads?
I look, there's a few learnings in terms of just sticking to the process, but don't let the big day get to you. Or I'm not in Limerick at the minute, like, but I was told that all Castletroy and all that are all done up, and excuse me, it's great to see. 100%, it's brilliant, and we have to take that in as well. But at the end of the day, we have a job to do, and it's only what's in that bus up and down that can do that job, and that's what we're prepared to do.